After years of being in the public eye, Elon Musk, the man who has revolutionized multiple industries, from electric vehicles to space exploration, has finally come forward to speak his mind on a variety of issues. Known for his bold statements, Musk's words resonate with millions across the globe. His companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, are shaping the future. But his public persona is not without controversy. For years, Musk has been an enigma. He is a man of few words, but when he does speak, it's either a groundbreaking revelation or a statement that sends shockwaves across the world. In this rare address, Musk pulls back the curtain and reveals his thoughts on everything from politics, technology, to his personal journey. Musk starts by addressing his critics. For years, I've been labeled as eccentric or even mad, but I have always stayed true to my vision, my mission. I've never wavered, even when the world doubted me, he says, a sense of defiance in his voice. He acknowledges the constant scrutiny and pressure, but adds that it only fuels his drive to innovate. There's no playbook for what I do, Musk admits. Most people follow conventional paths. Build a business, grow it, and sell it. That's fine for some, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to do something that had never been done before. Something that would change the course of humanity. Tesla was his first major gamble. The auto industry was stagnant. It was hard to convince investors that electric cars weren't just a fad. I had to put everything on the line, personally and financially. I nearly lost it all, but we made it. Now every major automaker is looking to go electric. His eyes brighten as he talks about SpaceX. People told me I was crazy for trying to build reusable rockets. But what we've achieved at SpaceX is proof that the impossible is possible. We've landed rockets back on Earth, and we're building a future where humans can live on Mars. Musk acknowledges the challenges ahead. The world is facing crises on multiple fronts: climate change, resource depletion, and even the threat of AI. We have to think long-term, not just about the next quarter. If humanity doesn't make it to Mars, we could be facing an extinction-level event down the line. But it's not just about technology. Musk discusses the philosophical implications of the work he's doing. We're on the brink of something massive, not just in terms of technology, but in terms of how we think about ourselves as a species. Our advancements in AI, space, and energy will challenge the very core of what it means to be human. His thoughts then shift to the topic of AI, which has been a recurring subject in his discussions. AI could be either the best or the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. If we don't regulate it, it could become uncontrollable. But if we approach it with caution, we could unlock solutions to some of the world's most pressing problems. It's a double-edged sword. Musk speaks of Neuralink, his brain-machine interface company, as a solution to one of humanity's greatest problems: neurological diseases. Imagine a world where people who are paralyzed can walk again, or where we can cure Alzheimer's. Neuralink could change the course of medicine, but again, there are risks. We have to proceed carefully. The conversation then turns political. Musk has never been one to shy away from making bold statements about the political landscape. Politics has become a game of theater. Both sides are guilty of polarization. Instead of solving real issues, they're fighting for control. We need leaders who focus on the future, not on their own power. He goes on to discuss the current political climate. The way the media spins things has a major impact. They focus on divisive topics, creating a narrative that doesn't serve anyone. This division is causing irreparable damage to our society. We need more critical thinking, less outrage, and more solutions. Musk, who has often expressed disillusionment with political parties, hints at his potential role in the future. I've always believed in doing what's right, not what's politically expedient. That's why I've considered starting a new political movement, something that focuses on the future, on progress, not on the division we're seeing today. But despite his concerns, Musk remains hopeful. We are in a unique time in history. We have more resources, more information, and more technology than ever before. If we channel these resources correctly, we can achieve incredible things. He reflects on his own journey. I've made mistakes. I've said things I regret, but I've learned from every experience. The key is to not let fear stop you from pursuing your dreams. I've always believed that if you're not doing something that scares you, you're not pushing the envelope hard enough. Musk finishes by addressing his critics once more. I know many people think I'm crazy. Musk's voice grows more passionate as he continues. I've never been interested in following trends. Trends come and go, but true innovation, real, game-changing innovation, has the power to last for centuries. Look at the great inventions of our time. The wheel, electricity, the internet. These aren't just trends, they're the foundation upon which everything else is built, and we have the chance to lay down a new foundation. He pauses, taking a moment to reflect. It's not just about what we create, but how we create it. The companies I've built are based on principles that prioritize sustainability and ethics. At Tesla, we're not just making cars, we're fighting climate change. At SpaceX, we're not just building rockets, we're securing the future of humanity. His thoughts return to Mars and the overarching purpose behind it. Mars isn't just a nice idea, it's an essential backup plan for Earth. We can't afford to put all our eggs in one basket. Earth is fragile, and our resources are finite. By colonizing Mars, we create a safety net for humanity. But we need to be careful in how we approach it. We cannot repeat the mistakes we've made here on Earth. Colonizing Mars should not mean repeating colonial history. Musk's conviction intensifies as he speaks of the importance of a multiplanetary existence. We have the technology, we have the capability. The challenge is not whether we can do it, it's whether we are willing to take the long-term view and make it happen. Most people are short-sighted. They look at what's possible in the next 5 years. I look at what's possible in the next 500 years. The conversation turns again to the concept of artificial intelligence. AI is a tool, but it's also a force that needs to be controlled. If we create something that's smarter than us, we run the risk of losing control. That's why I've been vocal about the need for regulation and oversight in AI development. It's not a matter of stopping progress. It's about ensuring that progress doesn't lead to unintended consequences. He emphasizes the need for global collaboration. AI can be the key to solving so many problems, climate change, disease, hunger, but we can't afford to let a few corporations or governments control it. The development of AI should be a global, collaborative effort. It's too important to be left in the hands of a few. This is one area where the stakes are too high to play games. Musk's voice softens when he talks about Neuralink. I don't do this for the money. Neuralink has the potential to transform medicine, to cure diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. Imagine a world where people with spinal cord injuries can walk again. Imagine a future where mental illnesses like depression and anxiety can be treated at their root cause. This isn't science fiction. This is within our reach. But we need to be careful. It's not just about what's possible. It's about ensuring we respect the dignity of human beings and their right to autonomy. He continues, touching on the ethical concerns surrounding brain-machine interfaces. There's a fine line between improving human capabilities and crossing into an area where it becomes unsafe or unethical. We're not trying to make superhumans. What we're aiming for is to give people with disabilities the opportunity to live fuller lives. And that, in my view, is one of the noblest things we can do as a species. On the subject of politics, Musk doesn't hold back. I've been an outsider for most of my career. I didn't grow up in politics, and I don't play by the political rules. But that's also what makes me different. I don't care about party lines. I care about what's best for humanity. And right now, the political system is broken. It's focused more on winning battles than solving real problems. He explains that the two-party system in the United States, his home country, has become more of a us versus them mentality. It's not about working together, it's about tearing each other down. And that's damaging not only to the country, but to the world. The United States has the potential to lead the way in so many areas: technology, energy, space exploration, but not if we're constantly divided. Musk's frustration with the media also comes to the forefront. The media plays a huge role in this. They're more interested in sensational headlines than in reporting the truth. They focus on the drama, the conflict, the clicks, and that's what people consume. They've created an environment where truth takes a backseat to entertainment. He pauses again, his eyes narrowing. I don't care about being liked. I care about being effective. I'm not going to conform to the media's narrative. I'll keep speaking my mind, even if it ruffles feathers. If people don't like it, that's their problem. But I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to change the world. And then he turns to the challenges of scaling Tesla. There's a lot of pressure on Tesla.